Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I come today to show you a new addition to my woodworking tools. I picked this up just a little while back from Lowe's. They had it on clearance. It's a Skil 3375 4-inch belt, 6-inch disc sander. This is coming very handy for a couple of projects that I wanted to work on. But I thought I would take a moment, since I've used it, to give a little bit of a review. Now keep in mind, this is the clearance model, and when I went back to Lowe's a couple weeks after buying this, they had a newer model on display for the regular price. Regularly it's like $110, $120 for this Skil brand. This one I got for $60. I got most of the parts with it. It was missing the miter gauge that goes here, and a couple of stickers weren't on it. One of the stickers tells you the angle at which the table is. I don't think I'm going to trust that sticker anyway. It's a sticker. If you don't put it on right the first time, it'll never be right. So I'll just use other tools that I have, angle finders or whatever, when I get to that point. I will start off by saying it is an inexpensive piece of equipment. Is it a piece of crap? No. It does the job. In my mind, Skil is on the lower end of the home tool spectrum. I would place this personally right below a Ryobi, below most everything else, maybe right below a Craftsman, but not far. Would put this probably right above Central Machinery from Harbor Freight, but again, not far. It does the job. It works. I haven't had any serious problems with it mechanically. It cuts on, it sands, it does what I need it to do. Where I do have problems, well, number one, it is quite possibly the noisiest piece of equipment I have. It rivals the saws, table saw and chop saw. It is noisy. It has an adjustable table. This is a rather lightweight, somewhat flimsy table, but it can be adjusted down. One of the things I do not like, well, for one, tighten it up about as good as you can. You can still push it down. So I'm not fond of that. You have to be careful when using it. There's only one screw holding the thing on. If you take the adjuster knob out, it just pivots on a plastic knob more or less. So it's inexpensive. This is not a high quality piece of equipment. Has a little safety thing that you can pull out so that you can't turn it on. It's a pain in the butt to get out with your finger, so these just stick on this pad, this belt. Let me turn it sideways here. It has a port for you to hook up a vacuum or a dust collector. It does come with an Allen wrench to use to loosen this little screw here. There we go. And then this will lift up, tighten it back down to hold it where you want it. You have a tracking knob to keep the belt in the center. The guy at the store at Lowe's, I told him that I wanted to test it out to see if it worked, because it was a floor model. I wanted to at least see it turn on and work before I buy it. So he did. The tracking wasn't adjusted because it was a floor model. It was just there for looks. And it kind of went off and ate up the side of this. I haven't replaced it. But you have a little slidey thing here that makes taking the belt on and off easier. And you have this little bar here that you can hold things against to sand them. It is not how should I put this? Good luck getting it at 90 degrees. It's just got one bolt holding it in. It's a little bit flimsy. So trying to get a good right angle or any kind of adjustable angle, this has no gauge on it to adjust it. You would have to figure it out by hand. Plus it's a little small. What are you going to be doing with that? One thing I'm not fond of with this is the gap between this table and the disc. I wish it were a little closer. There's enough room that if you're working on small enough a project, it's going to go right through and just completely screw it up. So, easy solution is to take a thin board and get it right up against there and use some clamps to hold the board down while you work on it. Now this is small. This is intended for small projects, not very big ones. For what I'm using it for, it's doing just fine. Now I've also read reviews. I read a review online out of curiosity, because I do that sometimes, even after I bought the product. This disc, sanding disc, can be rather difficult to replace. I don't agree. I mean, how easy can it be? And you have to take the table off, which is one screw. Ta-da. And then all you have to do is loosen these two screws. And when you loosen them, you don't have to take them out, just loosen them. This comes up because there's a groove. And this side slides out. There you go. Pull this off, put a new one on there. Set this back in, tighten it down, put this back on. I really don't see how somebody could complain about that being difficult to change. But to each their own. And it does have a couple of small spots to mount it. There's a hole here, and then one hidden under here. So you could mount it to a table, keep it still and sturdy, which is not a bad idea. Yes, these are somewhat portable. They're small. They're not as permanent, but it's still a good idea to bolt this stuff down. So in finale, am I happy with this purchase? Yes. Is it high quality? No. Does it do what I need it to do? Yes. I don't get involved in a lot of large projects. So it is far better. This is a good stepping stone. It allows me to do a number of things I couldn't do before. It didn't set me back a lot of money. Even at full price, $110 isn't bad. If you were going to get one of these, I would have recommended a Ryobi, but apparently the Ryobi is no longer made. So Skil is an okay brand to get. If you're not using it for a lot of heavy duty stuff, you don't need it for big projects, this will do you. It's noisy, yes, but it's not painfully noisy. It's not like you're going to have much of a conversation while you're woodworking. Heck, I work down here alone, so. Is it worth the price? For what I paid, definitely. For $110, probably. So it was the right price. Right price that I could afford it, and now I can do a little bit more and have a little more fun down here in my shop. Another bonus for me, when I purchased this, I went online. I looked into paperwork, because fortunately the store had saved the manual and a couple of things that came with it in an envelope, and I was able to get it. And you can register this in there. It says you can register this online, and when I went online, they were extending the 1-year warranty to 2 years, so that's another personal bonus for me. How long that'll last, I don't know, but you know, it's got a warranty like a brand new machine, because yes, it was a floor model, but it wasn't used. It was just touchy-feely floor model. Thank you for watching my review video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay creative.